Who's going to go into the police department and register? I'm an illegal alien. Please arrest me. They don't arrest. No, what's there in San Francisco is the police are not allowed to ask you if you're a legal or illegal alien. That's the difference. It's a sanctuary for them because that's why he went there, knowing that nobody's going to ask him if he's illegal or not.
Well, all right, but this is still just one example. Okay, it's not like it's happening in great numbers. I mean, look, the guy's whole story makes no sense at all. All right, I mean,
well, the bottom line is we have laws, immigration laws. Either we have them or we don't. Coming in illegally to the country, is it legal or is it illegal? Are they breaking the law?
And we're allowing it.
The politicians
That's the sad part.
Over the last number of years, there has been 0% of Mexicans coming across from Mexico to Texas or to San Diego. Okay, for one thing, the jobs have improved tremendously in Mexico. The economy has improved over the last number of years. They don't all want to come here the way, a lot of the Republicans would want you to believe.
There are illegal aliens. There are illegal aliens that are coming in through Mexico. It doesn't matter where they're coming from. They're coming through the borders of Mexico. They're coming from all the Central American countries. Nobody's saying they're necessarily Mexican.
According to the news and the reports, there is 0% of people over the last few years, illegals coming in from Mexico.
That's wrong.
I'm only telling you what I heard on the news.
Well, let's go look it up.
You can go to Google and find out.
Because I know that's not right. I mean, that is absolutely so. Let's go Google this up while you talk to her. Mark, you don't have to just sit here and not say a word because I told you wrong.
I've been doing a lot of talking.
We both have. We both have, and you only stop talking when I start typing. So there's silence.
I'm in awe watching you work.
I was going to say he's intrigued with watching you Google.
He actually minimized the solitaire screen so he could do this.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, so...
At least I know how to play solitaire on the computer.
Oh, I know how to play solitaire, but I only know the one way. I don't know all these different games that they have, But Saturday, are we on for lunch?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Felix is going to go down and have them put aside, reserve his favorite table. They're going to roll out the red carpet. They even have a drink named after Felix. I don't exactly know what it is because I really don't drink. The extent of my drinking.
I don't even want to talk about drinking. My poor niece made Jello shots, and I'm telling you, she should have just made it with just the vodka, because that's all you tasted. It was so empowering. The minute it went down, my insides were on fire.
Well, I was never a big drinker.
Some other drinks that I couldn't even tell you what were in them.
If I was at a wedding or an affair or something, I would have a Dewar's and soda with a twist, and I would milk that drink all night. That would be it, But I really,
I usually drink wine. I'm a wine drinker.
Wine puts me to sleep. So I don't have anything. Wine makes me very tired. Okay, so I just stick to either diet soda or just plain water. You know, since I've been trying to watch my numbers, because I'm a diabetic and everything, I've been drinking a lot of water. And that just goes right through me.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I don't drink a lot. I mean, honestly, I just started drinking again. I wasn't really drinking the past year, but I just like the past couple of months. I said, you know what? What's one glass of wine? I mean, you only live once. So, I mean, I would have a glass here or there. But this weekend, I was like, screw it, After the past month that I've been through, and actually the past couple of months with my health and all, the operation and everything, I said, I'm going to live it up. And so, I had a couple of Jello shots. I had some wine coolers. I mean, I didn't overdo it. I mean, I didn't get drunk or anything like that. But I mean, I wanted to have a good time. I was at my sister's house. I was with my family, and what the heck, And then yesterday, I said I'm gonna go out and buy a bottle of wine. So I bought a bottle of wine, and I had 2 glasses, and I woke up this morning and I said, that's it, I'm not drinking anymore. I'm done for at least another week. I mean, the wine last night got to me.
Well, you didn't have any ill effects from it, did you?
What?
I like sake.
Did you have any ill effects from the wine?
No. I woke up this morning with just a very bad headache, but I mean, again, I didn't get drunk over it. But you know what it is? Last night when I was drinking the wine, I wasn't just sipping it. I actually I drank it like it was soda, because it tasted so good that it just went down nice and smooth, and not realizing that I was drinking.
You're supposed to savor, right? You're supposed to savor the wine, drink it slowly,
right? Actually, I also had a glass of wine on Friday when I went out with my friends. He asked me, he goes, what do you drink? What do you want to drink? And I was like, if it's okay, I'd like to have a glass of wine. He's like, yeah, absolutely. So I ordered a glass of wine at the restaurant, and that I savored. I wasn't going to guzzle that. So I mean, yeah, like I said, this weekend I drank more than I have in a while, and I'm just not. I won't drink for the rest of the week, and then come the weekend, maybe I'll have a glass or 2 of wine.
Well, Felix has to watch himself when he drinks, because when he drinks, he actually makes sense. So
that's right. We don't want to do that.
I
did read something about with my disease that
he's
I'm
looking
not
for all
supposed
the
to
statistics. Yeah.
do so much drinking. But the doctor said that I can, so I go by what the doctor says.
By what the doctor says and how you feel.
Right.
If you drink and you don't feel good afterwards, so obviously you won't.
Exactly.
By the way, one of the headlines that Felix neglected to say anything about was that Mexico has its own problem with immigration. It's called American retirees.
That's true.
Many Americans are retiring to Mexico. Okay, it says retire to Mexico on $1,300 a month. Could you imagine? All your expenses, $1,300. You could live like a king.
So what's
I went to Mexico. I went to Mexico back in 1990. No, wait. 1997. I went to Mexico. I wasn't so impressed.
Well, we were supposed to go to Mexico on our honeymoon. supposed to go to Cancun, and I
That's
wound
where I
up with
went.
an ear infection. I wound up with an ear infection and pneumonia, and the doctor said I couldn't fly. So that was the extent of our going to Mexico. Never got there.
You're
you
not
know.
missing anything.
It would give me a chance to practice my junior high school Spanish. Believe it or not, it's amazing what you still remember. You know, the little bit that you remember.
Oh, sure.
And listen, I want to get Rosetta Stone. I want to learn Spanish and German. I always liked German when I took it in high school. In fact, don't laugh. I took German in high school because my grandfather spoke Yiddish.
Yiddish.
And I was able to understand him more by taking the German, you know. And Spanish I always liked, you know.
Well, Spanish was more of a given language in school because, I mean, it was like the number one language back then. I mean, when I started junior high, I remember they were giving Spanish, and then I think you had a choice of French. And my grandmother, I'll never forget, my grandmother was like, "Oh, you have to take French. You must take French." I was like, "I don't even want to take any language." I said, "I have a hard time with my own language. I don't want to learn another language." And I didn't take language in junior high. I waited until high school, and I took it then. Spanish, and then my
I got to tell you.
What? Go ahead.
I took Spanish in junior high school. I took German in high school and French in college. I hated French with a passion. Okay. I loved German and I loved Spanish. You know, I really did.
Yes, Spanish was an easy subject. We had a lot of choices in high school. You were able to take Spanish, French, Hebrew, Italian, and there was one other one.
It sounds like the high school here. It sounds like the high school here. It sounds like the high school here in Oceanside. You know, all of those languages were offered. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
when I went to Brooklyn Tech, which was an engineering and science school, they only offered French and German because those were considered the science and engineering languages. Most scientific journals or engineering journals were written in French and German. Mm-hmm. So that's why those were the only two languages that were offered. All right, what did you find, Felix?
Well, I found that this is how many 12, looks like 12,000 illegal aliens in Mexico have been captured so far this year. Have been apprehended by
12,000?
Yeah, 12 this year. 12,000 have been apprehended crossing the border.
Well, this is only half the year.
But they sent them back. They were deported.
Apprehended. Nobody knows who they are. That's how many got caught now. How many think got through?
It says Mexico deportation.
That's Mexico also. They deport people from the other side, from south of them, which they're also catching more people and deporting them back to Guatemala.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah, but this is us, the U.S. Last year, they looked like they deported them, or apprehended. I don't know if they deported. They apprehended almost 22,000 last year. This year so far, it's only half the year. They've already caught more than 12. So it looks like they're doing more people are being detained across the border this year than last year, and more than they've been in the past. Are getting caught, looks like.
All right, well, Obama, you asked about Obama. Obama has deported more Mexicans than any president. during his presidency, not pregnancy, sorry.